Go ahead, talk about your Guardians movie.
How did you feel about you guys? I guess the way I like to get in these conversations personally, how did you feel about the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
I didn't see it until cable, and I went and saw it, and I was like, after it was over, I was like, that was alright. Like, it just didn't do for me what it did for other people.
How about the Bryce?
You saw it with like commercials and all that?
No, it's on cable.
Saw full on.
Yeah, like HBO, whatever it was.
I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was fun. That was another thing that I went into really like that. For me, that was kind of like a deep cut in the comic world. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to go watch? But I left the theater at the time really liking it. It's funny though, like you said though, I had never revisited it though, and I'm gonna get to that too because I want to make that point later. But kind of what you said, a lot of these Marvel movies I don't ever rewatch.
I had with Guardians more so than even the other Marvel movies, and I realized this especially when we saw the movie last night. I enjoyed it when I saw it. I didn't love it, but I was like, all right, that was fun. I don't remember fucking anything about it. Like,
I kind of feel that way
it
too.
left zero impression on me. Yeah. And what I like about James Gunn as a writer and director, like, he usually, like, throughout his movies, and Guardians 2 definitely had some moments and stuff where it's like, wow, I can't believe they just said or did that. But, like, it left no, like, for a movie that I remember liking, I remember not, like, I was like, what is Michael Rooker's character? Is he a bad guy? Like, what is the deal? And
spoilers, Michael Rooker is never a bad guy. He's always the hero of any movie he's in.
Especially a Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer.
I didn't have an issue with him, but I had forgotten about the sister. That was the thing that I was a little rusty on.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like, and where were you on the first Guardians, Rick?
I remember the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, but did you like it?
I think at the time,
the first
Guardians at the time, that was your top one.
I love the first one.
Yeah, you loved it.
That was at the time. That was his number one, if I recall.
Yeah, it was because that was the same year as Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
So wait, your number one Marvel, or you mean number one of the year?
The number one that year was...
Well, I think it was Marvel,
did you,
too,
not go to the
specifically.
movies that year? Or, I'm sorry. Did you, so actually then I think Rick's opinion on the sequel is probably the most important.
Impactful.
So did you remember the first one well?
I remember the first
Considering it was your number one. So
Well,
how did you feel about the Deuce?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
I'll say it now before he answers,
it was
though.
okay.
It was
Sorry.
okay?
I really want to rewatch
That's how I
the
felt about
first
the first
one again
movie.
now, because...
I
wanna
loved the
rewatch
first
it.
one. I mean, maybe I loved it because like we were new to these characters and we kind of were getting introduced to these characters.
I have a theory about that too.
And then, so I mean, I was excited for the second one too. But we watched the second one, and it's like, oh my god, they're just pulling everything from the first one to 100 or 110 or whatever, you know. And it's
remember
like
that thing you liked from the first movie? Check this out.
yeah, and that totally took me out of it. As
talk
far as
about
like
all
the
the time with
storyline and
sequels
all
and
that,
that.
like I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I was a little confused on who, what's the actor's name? Play the dad.
Kurt Russell.
His character.
Yeah.
Like, was he supposed to be Galactus? Who was he supposed to be? And like,
I think it continued the lovely tradition of Marvel movies having unremarkable villains.
yeah, like
Yeah, seriously.
don't.
Like, how do they not know how to do that? Because that's I guess it's hard to make a great villain, but like, I feel like villains should be easier to.
It seems like every Marvel movie is them trying to fix shit they fuck up in the first act.
Honestly, I felt like we were an hour into the movie, and I was like, "Oh, this is the plot."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you know what would have been really cool if they just didn't have a fucking villain for the movie and didn't try to force like some half-assed villain.
Yeah, that would be
I could just watch,
that would be super refreshing, wouldn't it?
I'd love to
That's
watch
why
the
they'll
Guardians.
never do it.
I'd like the Guardians. I could watch them just hang out and have little adventures, but they have to do the shit where a planet or like a
The world is at peril.
This movie didn't do it as badly as most of the Marvel movies, but like there was a little bit of that. And it's like you could just have a thing where like Chris Pratt like doesn't know how to feel about his dad. Like I would watch that movie, but also
that sounds interesting.
because there's aspects of it in the movie, and it's like I kind of enjoy watching this.
Like
by the way, Chris Pratt charming as fuck. In this one,
for sure.
Too. Like he always is, but like he
you know when he's his most charming as Emmett in the Lego Movie.
like they could have had little adventures throughout the movie, you know, and watch the dynamic between him and his dad. You know, like that would have been great. That's what I was kind of
and then they could have still had the twists and turns that they did have, but like
but like played it out a little bit later.
Into this
It wasn't. It was okay. The
Yeah.
movie was okay, and not only that, like
Groot was still adorable as anything.
Groot.
Like,
So, Rick, do you want to hear my theory as to why I think you enjoyed the first Guardians and why so many people enjoyed the first
well, I know
Guardians?
why I
so
enjoyed
much?
the first one.
It's because it was completely different than every other Marvel movie at the time.
Well, yeah,
Completely different. Completely different. It could have been any characters done in that style, and people would have loved it just as much because it was
it's space.
the polar
you know
opposite
what
of
it's hidden as,
everything.
right?
There's
It's
so many
hidden as
goddamn
fucking
colors.
Firefly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say I love the movie. I just thought it was all right.
And then all the post-credit scenes, like
That
Were-
was,
I thought they were gonna be more.
They were all
clever than
fucking
that.
pointless.
Yeah.
there weren't. Yeah,
That's the joke, though, bro.
Yeah, like the thing, but they
I
didn't
expected
even.
the last
I
one to
wish
be a
they-
little bit more like zing. Here's for the next phase or
Or
something.
like, or if they went more over.
Oh,
the
man,
top-
everybody likes
top
that
with
fucking
it.
shawarma post credits. Let's just do the thing that doesn't make any
Also-
sense.
Also, Kevin Feige came out recently saying that the movies don't need to all be over 2 hours long. He said like this thing
Yeah.
that made me really back, and then this one was like 2 hours and 17
This
Yeah,
not
fucking
need to
minutes.
be
Yeah, we were
fucking
walking
long.
back to the
It could've
car
been
at like
half an hour
11:55 at a 9 o'clock showing.
it could have
Yeah.
been like
Because
an
it
hour
wasn't
and,
like they
40.
had nothing to establish in this movie that would take up the. I get it, when you do an origin story, you need the time, but
Yeah.
like, it really didn't earn the time. What's frustrating too, it's not that it was a bad movie, it's just like another
I would,
pretty good
Do you
outing.
like how I'm making it look like I'm
I would rather see
Yeah,
this as a
it's
TV
good
show.
stuff.
Yeah,
I think it would work perfect.
Although
as a TV show.
what you get at the movie though is just all those amazing colors and visuals,
Yeah, that's
like
true. The
were
visuals
outstanding.
were good.
Yeah.
You're right. I think it would work as a TV
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
and the
Overall-
visuals were amazing.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say better as a TV show, and better. I would just rather little adventures because you have these characters where they're like
Yeah.
chemistry is the most interesting thing, and then you separate them and put planets in danger, and then I just want to like.
That first Guardians to me was the turning point as far as like it's the Marvel movies and their bankability, and they're still making the money. I get that, but after Guardians, nothing is talked about for longer than a week.
Yeah, and I'll say this though, what I think Guardians 1 had this problem, but this one thankfully, and I don't think Doctor Strange had it either. But you notice how just about every Marvel movie until like the last 2 or 3 had the thing where they kill someone just to have them come back by the end of the movie, which I know is a comic book trope, but like. I'm just relieved we didn't have to see it. Although, like,
But again,
next movie, who knows what will happen to blank character.
It's a terrible comic book trope that needs to be like done away with.
It's like, you guys can do shit now, like, they won't do this, but, like, for example, what's going with the Spider-Man stuff, like, a few movies from now, they should just kill Peter Parker, and because then they could do a Miles Morales storyline or do
I
something
would rather see
interesting.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, but you know they're not going to. Like, they're going to want to have...
It has to be. I think his contract says Peter Parker.
Yeah, so, like, it's just...
But they're gonna do an
anything
animated
that
Miles
ballsy.
Morales movie apparently.
Are they?
Yeah.
I think Donald Glover.
Donald Glover
might be
is going to
doing
be
the voice.
Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
but-
Yeah. So I'm excited.
And
I'm
Donald
excited for
Glover,
that.
isn't Donald Glover in the new Spider-Man, or he's in Avenger? He's in one of the.
He's
new
in the
Marvel-
Spider-Man
He's in the
movie.
Spider-Man movie.
Is
I
he
think
really?
he's a teacher or something.
Yeah,
He's also fucking Lando, bro.
yeah.
He's Lando.
I love Donald
There it
Glover.
I am
How
so
is
excited
he?
for that movie. Like, it's not even
Well,
funny.
those dudes are gonna just fucking nail it
Yes, they are.
because that's what they do.
If you're done, the trash is
Sorry.
right there.
This fucking guy.
Damn.
You wouldn't have said that to me.
He's vicious.
He's upset that you don't like our podcast.
I know.
No,
I warned her.
Some shit she don't like.
I warned
This
her.
podcast.
No, I'm entertained because now you guys talk about comic books. Never mind, that's gonna sound insane.
No, I want to hear it.
I think we're losing connection.
It's good criticism.
No, I just thought you were gonna be a lot funnier.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, we're not a comedy show.
Yeah,
I know, but
they haven't been
still.
letting me
Yeah.
speak enough.
Yeah, I actually like your sense of humor.
See?
What I've seen so far.
Oh,
Somebody else
Big
likes us, so
oh
there.
yeah.
That means we got a subscriber.
Oh shit. Sorry, I left the chat alone.
Oh,
Who's
Rick!
that?
Hello.
Who is that?
Is it live? This is totally live. I can't read.
Who is that? Who is that?
We
The
don't
name's
know.
right there.
I know, but who is it?
We
That
don't
doesn't
know.
help me. Do you want to ask them if they want to come over? Give your address.
No. Shut the
Come on.
fuck up.
That's not nice, Rick.
All
Rick, I've
right.
been living with you less than a week. and
Yeah, you guys
treated
are
me
already
like this.
starting.
Dang.
Does anyone want to hear my opinion on Guardians?
Yes.
No.
I
Yeah,
haven't
for
heard your
sure.
opinion. Sorry.
Ryan doesn't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
I do, though.
Cool.
All right, give us the Bryce bro
Yeah,
down
you guys wanna hear
on
it?
the movie.
I didn't like the movie at all.
See, I got that impression last night.
Actually,
based on something you said.
no, well, it's just like it's. Last night, I think I would have said, "Oh, it was fun," and then after sleeping on, I'm kind of like, I just like that movie was not good. It just wasn't fucking good. It was honestly, dude, like. I sat there and I was watching the movie and I'm like, am I supposed to be liking this right now? I actually went through this whole thing in my head. I'm like, did I grow out of this? Like, I'm like, did I get old? Because as I'm watching it, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, all the jokes were just like, hey, a guy walked into a bar and then count to 3, punchline. Like, it was so set up. Like, we talked about this a little bit too.
Yeah, it was too set up.
All the jokes were so bad. Batista was fucking terrible. I'm not even saying it was his fault. He was awful.
Really?
No, he was awful.
All I'm hearing is how good he is.
No,
I'm hearing that he's still showing
this. He was fucking awful, and I'm not even saying it's because of him. It's the fucking writing. He was so bad. His delivery was terrible.
I was into him.
It was cringy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I was into Batista. That
Okay,
was like
that's
one
fine.
of the overall positive elements.
That's
for me.
fine. Oh god.
See, you guys are in the minority. You're not in the minority. That's all I'm
Dude,
hearing.
I
also,
feel
like,
like
I
if you
didn't
watch it, I feel like you'd say the same thing.
Am I gonna? I just don't want to come off as the
I-
guy who liked the movie that much either.
I liked
Yeah.
him in the first
I feel
one
like
a lot.
Rick.
I liked him in the
liked
first
it
one
more
too.
So
than
good in the first
He
one.
was great in the first one. In this movie, it was so bad.
So
And then
again, it seems like from what Rick's saying and what you're saying, it suffered from, hey guys,
yeah.
remember that shit you liked about the first movie?
The problem was
Here it is again.
The problem was it was that, and it also felt like they were like literally saying their lines as if to like, okay, say the line, then pause so the audience can clap, and then punchline. You know what I mean? It's so fucking bad. And then
Also,
let's randomly. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going. Let's have Chris Pratt in the background take off his shirt for no fucking
thought it was
reason.
pretty sexy.
Hey, I'm in shape, and I'm gonna put a shirt on again. And then fucking Zoe
got-
Saldana or whatever the fuck looks at him like, oh, you got your shirt off, and then it served no purpose.
Hey,
It served no
we
fucking
had to
purpose.
know Chris Pratt was
Still
So
in
do you think that it might be a prop or like them like, oh, Guardians is in on the joke, guys? Do you think that might be some of the writing?
A big example
You think that
of,
might be some of the writing?
of what we're
Maybe.
criticizing too is like, you know how they had the stinger or whatever at the last movie with Howard the Duck. Like, Howard the Duck's literally in this movie for a second.
No way.
But it kind of worked. Like, it didn't bother me. But it is definitely, it kind of shows,
I
like,
love
the
that
train of
fucking
thought
movie.
they had making it.
So there twice, right? They showed
At the
him
end,
twice,
too, yeah.
Here-
He's like drinking or something.
Yeah.
To bring this into like to video games, like the people love, and I'm one of them. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted that came out in 2006. They did full motion video cutscene stuff, and they weren't bad, but they were super over the top, and it was the way people looked at it was like, oh my god, it's so bad it's good, which you guys know is something I hate that term.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you like it, you like it.
Yeah.
Whether it's bad or not, say I like this. Own the shit you like. So I really enjoyed those cutscenes because they reminded me of 80s style B cop movies, like super over the top and really entertaining and like unintentionally funny. And then the game that came out the year after, they tried to do that again, and they were, quote, we're in on the joke this time, and so they made them even more over the top. But then that caused it to lose its charm for a lot of people, because now they were intentionally trying to make it unintentionally funny.
And I'm curious now, because James Gunn signed on and announced he's doing the third Guardians movie. Will they go deeper in that whole... I think they will, because people seem to be liking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Brett, how did you guys feel about... Is this the first Marvel movie with an F-bomb?
Oh, shit.
Was there one?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
We were talking... Me and Bryce were
You didn't
talking
catch
about
it?
I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I was actually
get
it was
two.
that.
It was a very clear
It
fuck.
said fuck, and then shit was said too.
That's
but
right.
yeah.
Shit.
It's
Shit's
like,
fine.
fuck
there
happened.
was there was who was it Pratt said it?
I think
Yeah,
it was Pratt in response to Rocket
Yeah.
about something when they were bickering about stuff. So
I don't remember.
I was surprised by that too.
It was like I was like shit because like I expected. Cause I don't even think they did that on the Netflix shows.
You guys, I was so
They did in the trailer a minute ago. We watched.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, there was a Chris Pratt fuck that Rick apparently missed like some sort of dummy.
yeah.
It's like, how can you miss that?
Yeah,
Like,
I was surprised by that
Because
too.
why would we do this to make Rick think there was a fuck in the movie?
I was so like, and the movie had just started. My head just wasn't in the right place. That when fucking Pratt's father, Young, is kissing his mom at the beginning, and they pan down after they're kissing. I was halfway expecting him to be full on groping her ass. Like, I was just so, like, I was disappointed when I came down and her skirt wasn't up.
It wouldn't have been that crazy for some.
No.
Because they did have some edgy jokes in the movie.
They did.
Too,
They totally
was,
did.
Like,
and they said
boner
fuck.
Jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some boner, and there was the fuck.
Yeah.
That was definitely in the movie that we're not making up to fuck with Rick.
Yeah. but honestly, like, I don't know. I was just, that movie was disappointing for me. Ryan even, like, I found myself, like, you said Pratt was charming. I actually found myself hating Pratt watching the movie. I'm like, this is so bad. He actually, like, I even said this when I first saw the trailer. I felt like they Hollywooded him up. Like, he looks so different in the first movie compared to this movie. He's like, hey, I'm Chris Pratt now. I have muscles and I'm a pretty boy.
I think he had the charisma and everything. I'm not judging his body.
No, it's not even just the body. It was just how everything was delivered. Like, stuff that was supposed to be funny, like, to me, wasn't funny. It felt so forced.
He generally worked for me in this work, but also he didn't work for me at all in Jurassic World, which I didn't like.
See, I didn't mind him in Jurassic World, so that's funny. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even saying you're. I'm not going to sit here and say that you're wrong, because it's not that. It's just
Jurassic
how I
World,
perceived
though, has
it.
some cool ideas in it. That's what's really frustrating about it, too. Like, the whole premise of that movie is fucking awesome, but...
I just remember the guy with the drink in his hand running.
Yeah. And so I alluded to this when we first started talking. Like, I'm so cold on this movie that I really do want to watch the first one again and find out if do I like that movie as much as I think I did, or is it just because what Mike said or what we said that it was different at the time?
That movie's not going to hold up. I'm telling you, it's not.
I would bet money that it's not going to have much to offer. And like, I guess a good way to think of Marvel movies like cotton candy. Like, it kind of tastes all right, but like it doesn't fill you up and rots your teeth.
The problem going back and watching the first Guardians is you're going to look at it with the same lens that you're looking at 2 with, going, oh man, Chris Pratt was so cool for a little while. Look what they did to that guy. Yeah. You're gonna go back and watch that movie and think that.
The jokes to me in the first one felt like they came naturally, and in this they just felt so fucking forced. It was like, here comes the strut, here comes the pitch, right down the middle. It's gonna stop for 2 seconds like it's a fucking arcade baseball game, and you get ready to fucking load up and swing, and there it goes. And it was not good.
Wait, did I like the movie the most out of it?
You might have. I don't think I liked the movie. Annie liked the movie too.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I'd go as far as say I watched it and had a pleasant enough time and wished it was a lot shorter. Like, I still don't know if that's exactly, but it does sound like, I don't know. It seemed to me like Rick was really enjoying it. But I guess it was just being in my presence that was making him so happy.
We weren't sitting by them.
Rick had a lot of
was
giggles.
kind of like a thing where we weren't sure if we were going to go. So we were sitting, it was Annie and Brian and I, we were sitting in the back. They sat somewhere else, so I didn't hear the reactions during the movie. I honestly feel like I was having an existential crisis during the movie, because I'm sitting here like, fuck, did I get old? Am I supposed to think this is funny? Like, I don't think this is funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
I think the Marvel formula is just old at this point.
It might be. Like, I hope that's not the case. Rick and I have talked about this before. The last movie of Marvel that I feel like I walked out of liking a lot was Civil War, and that's because I felt like that was really Avengers 2. And that gave me the first feeling I had when you and I got out of Avengers.
I think my thing with the Marvel movies is just my expectations are so low every single time at this point that I walk out being like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
never
that.
think
that's fair enough.
I had a lot of fun with Ant-Man.
See, I did too.
I enjoyed it greatly.
I did too, and I think I had the Thor effect on Ant-Man. Like, Ant-Man, I didn't know who the fuck that was, and so I walked out of that pleasantly surprised. Same with Guardians, same with Thor. But now that I have a little bit of a background to this stuff, I go into these things. I wasn't even really excited for this movie. I'm like, oh, I gotta see this. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
And I left it just being like, that was just not very good.
But you know what I think is possibly going to be good, because it seems like they're doing it right, is I think the Spider-Man movie. Like, they have those writers.
I feel like that
they
has
got the
potential.
500 Days of Summer writers. They did Fault in Our Star. Like, they're the right... I can see them really nailing the voice of that character. And, like, that was, to me, like, Civil War is my favorite thing, was the Spider-Man stuff. Which,
that was good stuff.
Like, you know, it says something when in a superhero movie, like, the most interesting scene is, like, Tony Stark talking to Peter Parker in his bedroom.
Just try to move the bed.
Yeah.